Hi, Talithia. Hope you're well. Just wanted to take a moment and comment on your post. So good. I'm going to open up all of my devices here to make sure that I have your statement. So, when you are working through and pulling out some of the points that you notice, first and foremost, I so agree. For as much as you feel like you do, there's still so much to learn and feel like we've had a privilege of being able to do that. One of the areas that you pointed out that really stands out to me, especially this week, is addressing alcohol and substance use in survivors. Being able to recognize this may increase the likelihood that they are wanting to engage. Let's say someone has been in short term or even long term sobriety, and just the significance of that stressor and that intensity. Part of what made that really come to life for me this week is I'm actually working with a crisis patient who's come out of a fairly recent crisis, and she's new to her sobriety. We had a recent tornado warning here, and although that only kept things shut down for a day or so, it happened to be a particularly difficult day for her. So not feeling safe was something that's a trigger for her, as well as not being able to go to her AA groups. So not only thinking about that in the sense of being able to or having the urge to drink, but also thinking about the breach in connection. So this is someone who needs and is in the middle of really wanting that routine and that structure to be so helpful in order to help her maintain, and then having that cut off or a class or a group being canceled when someone feels like they need that to anchor them can also add to that load. And so that's where, yes, sponsors are extremely helpful, but also looking out maybe even in the middle of a crisis, if there are individuals who are early in that sobriety, how can we connect them, or how can we create opportunities for them to have small moments of guidance using the 12-step protocol or Al-Anon in order to help them through difficult moments. Then the other piece that you talked about was maintaining boundaries and limits, and how important that is for the person in care of the professional and the crisis professional. And the more I come in contact with the strategies in our book and in the articles that we read, it's so funny that the basic strategies of crisis intervention that we're being encouraged to use with clients and individuals and families are absolutely what we need to be using for ourselves. So one of the things, or two of the things that it talks about here, is providing protection and being able to set the boundaries and limits even when speaking with someone else. So again, that really great reminder of how do we set those limitations for ourselves. And when we can do that for ourselves, it's going to make it a lot easier for us to do it for other people. In Genesis 2, when God is creating life and health and the world, he is so clear and evident about including rest. He was particular that he maintained a day and a Sabbath. And so thoughts that I'm asking myself and I'll put out there to you is, what are your favorite ways to, first of all, even before we get to ways, what are your warning signs for you? What happens in your own body that you're aware of when you know, okay, time to reset those limits, do something different? And then what are the things that you do to help yourself maintain self-care in your work as you're dealing with vicarious trauma and the needs of other children or adults? Look forward to talking with you soon.